Morning, everybody. This is Spiritual Discoveries with Angie and Friends. I'm here today with my good friend Linda Ellson. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning and Happy New Year.
Yes, I was just going to say that we want to wish everybody. Go ahead, Linda. I'm going to let you do that, and I'm going
Happy
to get us
New
on
Year
podcast.
of the rabbit. The sweet, lovely rabbit has arrived.
Yes, and we have lots to talk about with that today, right, Linda?
We sure do.
Okay, hang on one second. We're going to go live.
We have the Happy New Year's rolling in. Happy New Year's, Susan and Cindy. It's awesome to be here. It's very auspicious to gather in groups, whether it's in person or online. So it's wonderful to be able to do this, Angie, right on the actual New Year beginning day together.
Yeah. Wait one second. You're going to have to say that again. Hold on. You probably can't hear the music on the radio.
So Happy New Year, everyone. I think Angie's setting us up in all the different broadcast platforms, Facebook Live on Lilydale, Santosha, our YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Happy New Year of the
Happy New
Rabbit.
Year. Yay. We have our orange juice.
Oh, we
right?
do.
Yes. Happy New Year,
cheers
everybody.
to all of you.
Yes.
A little sip here.
Yep. And yeah, we got to have our sip.
To make it so. And so the symbology of drinking orange juice, whether you typically indulge or not, is considered the equivalent of drinking liquid gold. So like, bring it on, right? So even if you don't have orange juice at home right now to the party, it's not too late. You can stop at the store later. And then you have 15 days to do that. And we'll be talking about what is the 15-day.
Okay, so the next 15 days is important for us, right?
Yeah, so this is the Happy New Year beginning day. This is a new moon. It always begins on a new moon with the animal sign. So actually, officially, it is always the second new moon after the winter solstice. So it's a little bit different every year. Mm-hmm. And then day one is just the beginning. It's actually a 15-day celebration that begins with the new moon, and it will finally conclude on the full moon, which is kind of like coming full circle. And this is a particularly potent Lunar New Year because the Lunar New Year is coming before the Feng Shui annual energy changes, which begins on February the 4th. So we say that spring is sprung. So it's always considered a wonderful thing to have a spring plant of some sort, or I have my lovely fresh cut flowers over my shoulder. And again, it's not too late to get yourself some spring flowers. And it's the idea of bringing growth and vitality and beauty into your new year.
And those are beautiful too. I love
those.
Thank
you. I know. Every time I can have my fresh cut flowers around me, I love it.
I always feel that too. It makes you smile. Like when you walk in and they're sitting on your kitchen table or on your desk, they make you smile for sure.
Truly.
We were just talking about that, right, Linda? Like how over in Asia, they celebrate, like they have the week off.
Oh, absolutely. It is the biggest holiday of the year around the Pacific Rim. And truly, it's a 15-day celebration in total, but on average, they have a full week off of work. So that's why if you hear of any U.S. friends that do business overseas, it's usually quiet with their counterparts because truly it's like the equivalent in the States for those who celebrate, Christmas or, traditional Roman calendar New Year or Easter. In some of those traditional holidays that we celebrate in our country. Yes.
Yeah, right. I found that out because I do readings for people over in Asia. And when we get to this week, they say, nope, we have to celebrate. They want readings before and after, but not because it's a huge celebration. Sure. So everybody, we're so happy to have you all here with us today. If you're just joining us, this is Spiritual Discoveries with Angie and Friends. And I'm Reverend Angie Abt. And with me is my good friend, Linda Ellson, owner of Feng Shui Your World. Yeah. And we're excited to celebrate the Lunar New Year of the Rabbit with you. So we thought we would start with a meditation because you said that's pretty important right now, right, Linda?
It really is. And I think that, and I love the title of Angie's show too, right? Spiritual Discoveries with Angie. And for those of you who recently took my Year of the Rabbit class, and by the way, it's not too late and we'll talk about that more, but you can learn more about that. But, of course, we're here on Lilydale Blog Talk Radio. So we are in spiritual circles and company, but we have this beautiful rising of energy that is going to be setting the tone for a whole new 20-year cycle that's coming just 1 year from now. So energy, as many of you may know, just doesn't switch on a dime. So spirituality, meditation, taking a deep breath, setting intentions for yourself, for your community, and, spreading that out to the world is very, very powerful. So I said to Angie, I know Angie really typically does lead meditations with her Sunday, but I thought, what a beautiful day. And of course, this is a new moon. So this is setting the tone not only for the new year, but new moon days are always powerful. So there's a lot to today. That's a great day. And I think, what's another great day going on, Angie? I think your sister has a birthday today,
right? My sister has a birthday. Yes, she does. Yeah. So what does that mean that her birthday is on the Lunar New Year?
Well, first of all, happy birthday, Melanie. And so, of course, that's the start of a whole new personal year for Melanie, which is awesome. So everyone wish Melanie a happy birthday with us. But it's so potent because here she has a birthday on the actual, not only a new moon, so it's like a double new beginning for Melanie, but the auspiciousness of a whole new Lunar New Year. Really, really fruitful. So Melanie, wishing you the sweetness and the love and the beauty and the more gentleness with the year of the rabbit. But, that's a beaut and welcome energy for all of us. But I think particularly potent for Melanie.
I know. I'm happy you saw that and she gets to see this too.
Yeah. And one other thing I want to mention, and this is not only for Angie and her family celebrating Melanie today, but this is for all of us. So love and romance, or you could even say falling in love with yourself all over again, or nurturing yourself more, is a really big hallmark for the year of the rabbit. But also celebratory events are very big. So I think it's awesome, like just that example. And it's celebratory events within the family dynamic. So like going to happy events like weddings or celebrating a birthday, so I just love that she's in the rhythm of that energy and it's your family.
We need that this year.
We do, Angie.
Yeah, we have to talk about that, like the difference with we'll do, let's meditate. And then we have to talk about, we're ending year of the tiger. We're going into the rabbit, and you can feel the change in energy. I can already feel it.
You can.
Yeah. You can feel it for a while coming up. And everybody, good morning. Good morning. Look at everybody joining us. Sandy, Susan, Sue, Beverly, Judy, Ann. I'm trying. Hi, Brenda. I was just talking to Brenda. Sherry, Mary, another Mary, our good buddy, Mary Petrus. Carolyn, hi, Elizabeth, and Nell, and Donna, and Cindy, and Susan. I think I said hi to everybody. So we love to have you say good morning to us and let us know where you're from too. All right, so with that, why don't we meditate? I found a really special meditation. It's called "What Do I Really, Really Want?" And isn't that something that we're always doing? Like, what's my purpose and what do I really want my life to look like? And I found this meditation. It's actually a Deepak Chopra meditation, who I love Deepak, and I love his spiritual messages and his meditations. You too, Linda?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Been a fan for a long time.
Yeah, and I thought this meditation, and Linda agreed, is a perfect one for the start of the new moon and the new year. Okay, so I'm going to have you close your eyes for a moment. Take a couple deep breaths in. And I'm just going to read you something first. We may carry long-held beliefs about our identity and character that were given to us by others. These ideas sometimes influence our perceptions about what we really want in our lives. Today, give yourself permission to let go as we sink into meditation. Let your heart and soul speak to you as we travel within to hear your inner song of truth. Breathe deeply and receive on this day filled with transformational opportunity. Today, we let our hearts lead the way, for all of the answers we seek live within. All we have to do is listen. We stand before an open field of infinite possibility. It is from this place that we can begin to create a life where our dreams turn into reality. Today, we will use our mind, heart, and soul to become clear on what is truly important so we can pursue these things with intention, focus, and awareness. And just focus for a moment on this centering thought. My heart knows the answer. My heart knows the answer. So, sitting comfortably with your hands in your lap, taking in a very deep, deep breath, and exhale. Another deep breath in and exhale. And as you're inhaling now, bringing in new energy filled with lots of light, peace, and energy. Noticing how that energy begins filling your body and relaxing you with every breath that you take. And noticing on each exhale that you're just letting go of stress, letting go of things you've been holding on to, that it's just time to release. So inhaling the new and exhaling the old. Continuing to release any tension your body might be holding on to. Allowing yourself to become calm and peaceful. And now, silently ask yourself, what do I want? What is my most deepest, most heartfelt desire? Give yourself a moment to observe what arises within you. Many times when we ask ourselves what we want, our minds and egos might quickly answer, and material objects might come into view. I would like a big house on the beach, or I would like to own a motorcycle. These desires are not only common, they are also perfectly wonderful dreams. And dreams that might also contain further insight about our inner truth. So if I ask you the question again, this time moving from the mind to the heart, we may connect to a deeper meaning. If the answer that came up for you the first time was, I'd like a big house on the beach, perhaps when asked from the heart, you're guided to the place that seeks to strengthen your connection with nature, or longs to find a place of quiet and solitude. If owning a motorcycle was on your wish list, you may now be connected to that place in your heart that is craving a sense of freedom. So let's ask the question again, moving just a little closer toward discovering what we really, really, really want. So I ask you to place your hand over your heart and bring your awareness to the rhythmic flow of your breath once again. In and out. Inhale and exhale. Very gently. Visualizing your heart joining in with the natural, steady rhythm of your breath. feeling your heart and breath become one. With each inhalation and exhalation, feel your entire being just let go. And as you move gently deeper into your heart, allow yourself to rest in what feels like a soft, comforting cloud. Feeling the gentleness of the cloud, allowing yourself just to let go and surrender to feeling the energy of your breath and your heart. And now quietly ask again, what do I want? What is my deepest, most heartfelt desire? Listen carefully to hear the answer that lives within the song of your soul. This song has a vibration that travels to your entire being. Drink in the resonance of your soul's response. And taking in another deep breath in and exhale. Remembering everything you experienced. Knowing that your life is in harmony with the universe, your soul and your universe, and the universe. As you slowly begin returning to this room, opening your eyes, remembering what you really want. And if you want, you could share with us in comments. We'd love to hear. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Linda. Oh, I put you on mute. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
I can, yeah. I put you on mute because I could hear.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Angie.
Yeah. So everybody, welcome back. We hope you're all back with us. And once again, happy Lunar New Year of the Rabbit.
Angie, can I make a comment?
Yes.
So I'm sure all of us had different things that came up, like, what do I want? What do I really, really want?
Yeah.
And then we all had the opportunity to go deeper. And as Angie said, if you'd like to share in chat what that is, feel free. But if not, no pressure.
Right.
And again, I love one of the examples Angie gave, and it was really powerful because we are going to talk about some Feng Shui today, because I'm a Feng Shui practitioner. And Angie gave the example of perhaps it's a house by the beach that you want, that you really, really want. And, I'm sure some of you maybe did have a home or a new home or beautifying your home, but it could have been anything, right? It could have been career, it could have been love, it could have been something for your children. But I want to touch about the power of the home and how powerful that is in Feng Shui. So, there's many different ways that you can apply Feng Shui. But usually in our Western culture, at least, we think about it an application to the home, but it could be a garden, it could be a whole city and the way a city is laid out, it could be your office, a cubicle. But the idea of Feng Shui, which is the ancient art and science of placement, which we're going to talk more about. We're going to talk about Lunar New Year and what that means in Feng Shui. But the idea in Feng Shui is that your whole life is mapped out throughout your physical space. North, south, east, west, southwest, northwest, you get the idea. And the idea is that we all have an area for career or our health and our wealth and our children and our knowledge and our love life and learning and helpful people and our spirituality. So, you know, I would just be curious if anybody had anything that related to the home, because it's not just like where you hang your hat. Like in Feng Shui, that is so powerful because that is a representation, whether you realize it or not, of your whole life. So like, what do you want? What do you really want can be expressed and represented, and space being held or flourished or developed through your home. So I just wanted to share that insight because
I love it.
I'm a practitioner of that. And like that really, really came to me deeply in that meditation, Angie. So thank you for that. That was really beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You know, the first time I heard that meditation, it spoke to me that same way. And you're right about that, because when your house, like you're aligned with the energy and your house is aligned, you can feel it. Like when my house is, you know, I have things feng shui and have things, you know, placed in the right places and all that. I feel a calmness, and overall my entire life, I feel happier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it because it's like, I feel like your house is always talking to you or speaking to
Yeah.
you, whether you realize it or not. And
Yeah.
if something is like on and harmonious, like Angie said, like she just feels good. But by the same token, if something is askew and you're not feeling quite right in a certain room, usually it's just, you know, it's like it could be visual too. It could be clutter that stacks up, or,
Yeah.
you know, a blind that needs repairing or replacing. And like, as soon as it's done, it's like on some level, it's like, number one, you just start feeling better. But when you delve into feng shui more, you might see a direct correlation about like maybe what area or aspect of your life like seems to all of a sudden like, I did that. And then, you know, my boss told me I'm up for a promotion at work or a pay increase. It's always fun to kind of do these experiments too. But the home is a very, very powerful. It's our container for the whole, you know, as we go out into the world. And, you know, and one of the representations I like to give is, you know, as within, so without. And it's just kind of like this beautiful, you know, figure 8 for all of us.
Yeah. It's like when you have it done properly, I'm thinking while you're talking, I always feel like I can breathe. Now I can really breathe and be calm. And you know, and you fix the sector, like say career. I've had that happen, you know, where I get the energy right in that sector of my house, and things start to change and move forward in a much better way in my career. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So should we read some of our comments here?
Yeah, go ahead, Angie. We have some great ones.
Susie's here. Hi, Susie. Hi, Linda. That was wonderful. I'm glad you liked the meditation. Me too. Susan said, enough. I want enough love, happiness, finances, just enough for me, and to share where I can with my loved ones. So we can talk about that, like what sector, because we can fix or enhance the energy in the sector of her house where all that is, correct?
Yeah. So let me read that again. Enough. I want enough love. And, you know, love in the year of the rabbit is right at the center and the core of our home. We call that the chi center. And usually when I relate the chi center, I always say it's like, you know, your greatest desire. So it's like the year of the rabbit is setting the intention for us and saying that, you know, love is in the air, self-compassion, compassion for others. Hey, your love life getting spicier, or maybe finally meeting that someone. And yes, of course, love is to be shared, Susan. So I really love that intention and happiness, you know. This is a really bold statement, but I'll never forget it. I was young and I was in my 20s, and I remember a really wise friend, and she was probably just a couple years older than me. And she was talking to me about happiness and about happiness being a choice. And her really big, bold statement to me is, she said, it is irresponsible to let yourself be unhappy. And, you know, I'm much older than 20 something now. And you know, I mean, look how many years later that is. Like that left one of the biggest impressions on my life. And so I think happiness is a choice. But however, Susan, we can enhance that too. If you're not having enough joy and enough fun and enough happiness in your life, then I invite you to take a look at the west part of your home. You think about it, it's where the sun sets, but that's the joy factor. Also, like a jolly, happy Buddha on a symbolic feng shui level reminds us, right? Buddha, the jolly Buddha, the wealth Buddha always has a smile on his face. So maybe that's something that Susan could do, but that's an easy thing for a lot of us. If you like symbology, I think Angie it looks like you have a little smiling Buddha over your shoulder, right, Angie?
I sure do. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Makes me
that
happy.
could be placed right near your front home. Angie's, sharing the Buddha log with her viewers, and it's like he has her back. So,
Yeah.
I really, really love that.
Yeah. And that's interesting. So what did your friend say that it's
It's irresponsible to let yourself be unhappy. And you know what? I even know where I was when she said it to me. We were at the
Does it hit
Natural
you?
History Museum in New York City. I mean, it left such an imprint. And there's probably a big dinosaur over my shoulder
Yeah. Yeah.
when I heard that. And again, that is many, many years ago. So happiness
Well,
is a choice, and it's a responsibility. Like, we think that maybe sometimes, and I'm sure, right, many things contribute to life's experiences, but I don't know. I'll just leave that one with you. I just think that's
I
really
like it. I like it. Well, I like it because I think sometimes, we're all givers. Like, we give, and we always want to do everything for everybody, and we should do that, of course. We want to do that, but but we need to be happy. You can't pour from an empty pot, right? I always feel that, number one, because we want to make others happy. We have to be happy first ourselves. And I think sometimes it's giving yourself permission to be happy too. It's okay if I'm happy. It's okay to just be and not do. That one hit me one time. Somebody said,
Yes.
let yourself be and not do, and then sometimes it's okay, this makes me happy, or sitting and reading a book, or little things too, right?
Yeah. And like, like be and not do. Like I offered a commitment to someone in my family for early this afternoon. And I thought, you know what? It is the Lunar New Year. I'm definitely I'm celebrating now. I'm celebrating tonight and going out to dinner with family and friends. And I thought, you know what? I just want to be early this afternoon. For those of you in Buffalo, a lot of us are watching the game. Some of us are going to the game. Some of us are tailgating right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to be this early afternoon. And I am going to watch the Buffalo Bills and root for them.
Yeah.
But even like the meditation that you led us in, Angie, like that didn't take that long. And there's so many ways we can meditate on our own. We can listen to audios. We could join, Reverend Angie every week and meditate, and then of course the ripple effect, whether we're together online or in person, or even if it's just your party of one, like even for a few minutes. And some of us, go on day-long silent retreats. We know that, but even just a few minutes, like I can say, and I'm sure many of you can agree and put it in chat if you do agree, like in just a few short minutes, just being in that space with you, Angie, as you were leading, like I feel like so peaceful. I feel transformed. I'm like, I just feel like, yes, like bring it on with this beautiful new energy. And just, it didn't take long to do it.
Yeah. Just give yourself that 5 minutes to start your day that way, 10 minutes, however long you have, but you can do it in just 5 minutes. And if you don't have a guided meditation or something to listen to, just breathe, let yourself do like that deep breathing, like the belly breathing all the way into your belly, and count to 5 and then exhale. And you start to feel within a couple minutes, a calmness come over you. You start to connect to peace. You connect to your soul, and that's where your happiness is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, Linda. So let's see. We have Beverly. Hi, Beverly. Really looking forward to being able to reach out to more people with my gift of mediumship this year. So isn't spirituality like a big part of the year of the rabbit?
It is. And, rabbit is right, because rabbit is the segue animal that's leading us into a whole new period of energy. And a little bit of background on the animal signs. There's actually a total of 12 animal signs. And the bunny, the rabbit, is the last of the springtime animals. So it is the rabbit that is wrapping up a whole 20-year cycle, and which has been about a focus on knowledge, education, research, travel, the development of inner wisdom. So a lot more online learning, spiritual learning. But the whole idea that now, as we're preparing, it's kind of like we're wrapping up a whole 20 years this year in 2023. We're going to be stepping into a whole spirituality. Angie and I were on about a week ago together. And for those of you who are Bills fans, or, maybe you just, you follow global news, there was a really, big incident that happened with our Buffalo team and one of the players. And we saw really just a very public outpouring of a whole team getting on, bended knee and praying. And you heard about prayer chains going around the world.
Yeah,
and like, we do that. If we're probably hanging out at Lilydale, whether it's online or going there, like and meditating, we're probably already doing that. But to see that expressed on national television and then hearing about prayer chains going around the world, to me, it was like, boom, like that went into period 9 segue like there was no other. And it's never does switch on a dime. And just same thing with the yearly energy. People always ask me like, okay, we have the Lunar New Year and that begins today. And then we're going to talk more about Feng Shui, and that changes on a static date every year. It's February the 4th, which changes with the solar calendar. But you do feel it at some point. And I felt it like that when that incident happened.
Oh, I'm getting chills just as you're talking about it, just thinking about it, because there's so much power in that, and us joining together and, and praying. It made a difference for Damar. I think Damar was almost like, it's like God used Damar to send a message out to the world, that we all need to come together and pray and do that more.
Yeah. And I tell you what, you heard it here first, right? My prediction that as we continue on in that whole new period of energy coming in, the period of 9 in 2024, which will take us to the year 2044, if I'm doing my math right. And if I'm not, we'll put it in chat later. We'll check my math. Yeah. But I think we're going to see a lot more overt spirituality, right? And there's so many different ways that we express spirituality, or people who never even thought about delving into that topic. We're going to see it on the rise. Just like in the past 20 years, in the period of 8, we saw the development of inner wisdom and yoga studios popping up on every street corner and stuff like that. And actually children meditating in, kindergarten classrooms. We're going to be seeing more of that. And actually women on the rise, more of that. So exciting stuff. Well, I'll be teaching a whole class on that sometime this year. So stay tuned. Angie will keep you tabbed on that.
I will.
Angie will probably be a part of that too.
Oh, good. Okay. I hope so. Yeah. So what does that mean? I just have to ask you this. So you said period of 8, and now we're going into period of 9. What does that mean?
So in Feng Shui, we have markers of time and energy, and it cycles in 20-year periods. So we're not there yet. It's going to start next year in 2024, but it's like we're fading out of one period into another. So the period of 8, and they're just marked by numbers 1 through 9, and they relate to the ancient dynasties. And so the period of 8 is all a bit about the direction or the location of the Northeast. You could think the Northeast of any city. Angie and I happen to live in Western New York. In the northeastern part of the United States of America. That can be a focus on the northeastern part of your home. But in Feng Shui and the Bagua map, and by the way, if you want a copy of the Bagua maps, I think I have a blog somewhere on my website called What is Feng Shui? And if you sign up for our newsletter, we'll send you a free copy of the Bagua map. And if we don't get to put that in the chat right now, we'll definitely put it in after the broadcast. But
you know what I'm gonna put up Linda's website, everybody.
Okay.
Because I want you to say, because if you go on there, it's very easy to sign up, right?
Yes. So the Northeast in period of 8 has been about, again, knowledge, education, research, travel, the development of inner wisdom. And period 9 is going to be a big focus on spirituality, the entertainment industry, although entertainment's always quite big. I think we're going to see even more about the evolution of social media. Women really being in the forefront, I think, embracing self-image and, all shapes and sizes are, embraced. I think we're going to be seeing even more of that. So, really we're coming into an embracing time, but I'll definitely, we'll definitely be bringing you more, period 9, broadcast.
I can't wait to learn more. So Anna Marie, hi Anna Marie. I haven't seen you in a while. Said health is important to her. And actually, I'm fixing the banner, Linda. That's what I'm doing because I'm noticing I wrote that up so quickly. I missed a letter. So now I think it's correct.
World.com. .biz will take you there too.
Oh,
there's many ways to the mountain.
Should it be .biz?
No, you can do .com. Both will get you there. And actually, my marketing people want me to use .com more. I started doing .biz years ago because there was a whole numerology thing to, but that was very auspicious. So I still have both, but of course, .com is more mainstream. But
okay,
this is still there. But Anna Marie, let's talk about health. I mean, I think health is wealth for all of us, and health was a very big topic in the year of the tiger. Whoa, was that a big tiger? And if you want to watch some past broadcasts, we've pondered on the tiger in the past couple of months together on air. But what the deal is between the difference between the tiger and the bunny? The tiger actually, for all of us, had like this little bit of weakened health energy, probably not so little. Okay. Like we all had to pay attention to that this year. Yeah. And that was at our chi center. So you had that being so much in the forefront. And of course, many things contribute to life's experiences on where we are in our health and wellness journey. But the transition of tiger to rabbit is saying, and any given feng shui year, we have to pay attention to health. Okay. Yeah. But rabbit is saying, okay, we're going to take some of those extreme health issues off of our plate, and we're going to bring in the sweetness and the love and the kindness and gentleness. And we're going to back off on the yang energy intensity and be more softer. But Anna Marie, in any given year, and this is for all of us, there are certain sectors in feng shui that we need to pay attention to health, and we need to boost it even more. I will tell you, men, listen up, or for any of us who have, our dear loved ones, our males in our life, men's health is a very big topic this year. So men really need to strengthen that, and they strengthen that with the metal element and colors like grays and whites and gold and shiny and metallic. And that's actually in the northwest part of our home. That's actually the male sector. But health is wealth. And Anna Marie, I saw you wrote another comment in chat that I really loved. Anna Marie also shared abundance, but that she's in the attitude of gratitude. And we do talk about abundance and wealth and the green in our bank account and feng shui. But certainly I love that intention. And when we are grateful and we are in the attitude of gratitude, and we recognize whether it's a friendship, like between me and Angie, or, that wonderful project that came in, it was very lucrative, or that raise that you just found out that you're getting starting February 1. And we express gratitude to the universe. And that abundance just ripples out. And it's just not always about the green in our bank account, but we do talk about that in feng shui.
Well, that's important. That's important too.
Yeah, we needed to do it. It's just one of the many forms of energy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a form of energy. We deserve it, and it makes our life a lot easier, right?
Speaking of money.
Yes, here we go. Yeah.
Every year on the Lunar New Year, and this is day 1, but you got 15 days. It's considered very auspicious to give money to children in our lives, whether it is our grandchildren, our kids, the cute little neighbor next door. And what you do is, we just happen to have these really sweet Year of the Rabbit envelopes. And by the way, and I know Angie's going to put this in chat, I'm really excited to announce we have a newly revealed reimagined feng shui store. And we're carrying things now like the lucky red envelopes for the years, the auspicious lucky Buddha, like Angie has, and some different symbology, the elements, the sectors, those are the most important. And I have a really good little video clip on my page that kind of gives you perspective on that. But let's talk about the red envelope, whether it's a lucky rabbit envelope like we have here. Red and gold are always considered the colors of wealth and success. Mm-hmm. And the tip is you put an even denomination of money in the envelope. So it could be $2, $8, which is, 8 is considered the number of prosperity, a 10, a 20, you get the idea. But again, it could be something modest like $2. You put it in the envelope and you give the gift to the children in your lives. Like, I didn't do it in time for it to be day 1, but somewhere in the 15 days, my nephews all live out of state. So the ones in California and Las Vegas, they'll be getting their lucky red envelopes. But also, everyone, you should, of some form, have a lucky red envelope in your wallet too.
Okay. I was going to ask you that.
Yes. At least a couple of dollars. And again, that even amount, I always like to have at least $8 in there. And it's symbolic of always having. And then what you do, depending on what kind of wallet you have, you take the lucky red envelope. And if my hand is a 20, you want to see the money first, but the red envelope is pressed up against the money. It's energizing it, and it's active, and more is coming in. And it's always like the animal sign depicted for the year that you want up against the 10, the 20, the 1. You kind of get the idea. But And, you know, like I've had some clever people make their own red envelopes out of, you know, construction paper. You surely can do that. But I always love the new, you know, animal signs for the
And
year.
you have the envelopes. Like if you go into Linda's website, and I'm going to
On the
post the
shop
link
page,
to the
right?
store.
fengshuiyourworld.com. Go to shop, and you can even, you know, just browse around our shop page, or just type in red envelope. You will find it. Yes.
Yeah, and it's so easy to navigate. I love it. It's really nice.
You know what? Susan just wrote, I mean, Susan, we could really go into your story. Susan just wrote, that really worked well for me last year. It's unbelievable. Yeah. You know what? If you go onto my Feng Shui Your World business page on Facebook, I think Susan actually wrote a testimonial, and you got to read her story. I really, because like it is an unbelievable story with working with the red envelopes. I think you'll really be inspired, and you're really going to want a red envelope.
Yeah,
I loved it. And that was, but see that, you know, again, there's many things, but
isn't this the time to? Aren't we supposed to change like the color of our purses and all that this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every year with the Lunar New Year, there is a new color for the year. So this is the year of the Yin water rabbit. And I actually have a great purse slide, because my text, you know, starts, you know, like kind of blowing up towards, you know, holiday season. What's the color of the year? The color of the year.
Yes.
So interestingly enough, the color of the year with the water element, actually a big trending color for purses and wardrobe, is black. If you like to wear black, then you're going to be very in this year. But purse colors can be black. They could be blue, like a navy. They could also be a metal color, like a gray, or white in the springtime. A little delicate, maybe chain, like a little Chanel bag if you like couture. And jewelry is a little bit more delicate, like more of a gentle type gold hoop, or like I don't have any jewelry on my wrist today, but more of a delicate bracelet than a really big chunky
Not heavy,
one.
because for a while it was heavy. Yeah.
And you know, and just kind of like my sweet little spring flower that I brought home, a little whisper of pink, like the sweetness of romance. And you think about Bunny. You probably can't tell through the screen, but I'm wearing like a really soft, fuzzy sweater. So like fuzzy and cozy is in this year too. One of my clients who came to our product pickup after our big class last Saturday, bought herself a new Vera Bradley wallet. And for those of you who know Vera Bradley, it's more of like, a lot of it is more of like a quilted bag or quilted wallet. And it had a floral print on it, which is a little bit of wood element too. Had some purple. So you purple lovers out there, purple is on the rise. So you can have a little purple, like lavender wallet too. So so, you know, at the very least, you want to tidy up your wallet for the new year, but considered very auspicious if you buy yourself a new wallet. So that's synonymous with abundance. Also, you know, cleaning up your handbag, or gentlemen going through your wallet, or if you carry a little, you know, backpack or whatever it is. We just want to tidy up our personal feng shui and our own vital chi.
Yeah. Now, Linda, you had the big class, right? Last year, or I'm sorry, last week. I'm saying the wrong thing. Okay. So what happens if you miss the class?
So if you missed the class, I'm really excited. We just announced it yesterday. The class is available for purchase on demand, and you can again access that through fengshuiyourworld.com in our shop page. You'll see Year of the Rabbit, and the replay is $60, and it is viewable for 60 days. So think about it as $1 a day to tap into your feng shui and really know the do's and the don'ts of what you need to do for the year. And I just want to put it into perspective. I know I can tell some of you online joined us last week. Some of you may be new to the topic, and it could be as simple as you want, finding out, you know, where to put a potted plant, where to, you know, place your auspicious bowl of oranges for the next 15 days. Angie has some over her shoulder too, just like drinking the orange juice. Oranges are considered, you know, like nuggets of gold. So having that displayed on like your breakfast bar or your dining table, but it can get as simple as where to dig or renovate or not for the year, certain directions to face or not, where to put something as simple like a little potted plant or fresh cut flowers or a little pop of red somewhere. Or there's layers to the class for those who want to delve deeper and bigger, you know, maybe where to put something like, you know, a lovely rose quartz crystal for love and romance, or, you know, self-love for the year. But yes, fengshuiyourworld.com, on the shop page, you'll see Year of the Rabbit. on demand. And we'll be sure to put that.
Yeah, that's going to
if we
be,
don't
yeah,
do it.
it'll be in comments. We don't have Karen today.
Right.
So I don't want to take a chance and try to go off to grab that link and put it here because I might close the whole show down.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen. And our friend Karen, talk about auspicious. She is cruising with some of our fellow Lilydale friends and celebrating the new year on day one, stepping aboard a water element ship.
Oh, yeah.
And cruising beautiful islands. Yeah. So talk about starting the year in celebration and being in groups and really powerful. Yeah. Really powerful.
So you said when we were talking earlier about this 15 days, right? Between now and then the 15 days, is that when the what you said, there's the Feng Shui, this is the Lunar New Year, and then there's the Feng Shui energy.
Yeah. So for those of us in the know, okay, every year, again, just to recap, if you joined us a little bit late, the Lunar New Year is always the second new moon after the winter solstice. This year it's appearing early, so we say spring is sprung. So that's good for all of us. There's a period, there's an opportunity for new growth in the year. This will go for the next 15 days until the full moon. That'll conclude it. It's called the Lantern Festival. But then the next step is, and then the Feng Shui energy changes on February the 4th. That is a static date every year. So for those of you who, want to, and are already practicing Feng Shui and you took our class, that's the day you're going to be changing things around. Yeah. And it's not this big dramatic thing. It can be as basic and simple as you want, but there's a knowledge in thinking that we don't stand still as humans in our, yearly life and our long journey. Our house doesn't either. And there's different styles of Feng Shui. And this is the type of Feng Shui that looks at how energy changes over time. So yeah, February the 4th is the next really big marker day. That's really like, we all know, like, that's when the real energy begins. So that's it. Yeah. Yes, we're in the year of the rabbit, but I'm telling you, there's a segue. We still have some tiger there too. So,
okay. So what do we need to be doing? Is this like clearing out?
Okay. So let me tell you, let's start with today. So whatever you did this morning, don't worry about it. So for today, if you don't have some, go get your oranges like Angie and I do. Okay. And have them on display for the next 15 days. You can be indulging, eat an orange, eating your gold. You can get yourself some orange juice today, drink your liquid gold, have some form of red that's going in the wallet, or again, you still have time to get out those red envelopes.
Wear red. Didn't you say wear
red? So for the next 15 days, even though the colors of the year, like I just noticed that my new client, Mary Jo's on, and she's saying she's a travel nurse and she's starting a new position around. She's going to be wearing navy scrubs. Hey, it's one of the colors of the year. However, Mary Jo and all of us, I'd say wear a little splash of red, could even be an undergarment somewhere. Even if it's like if you wear your hair back in a ponytail, could be a little, red hair tie. I have my red hair, so I got it covered for the next 15 days. Yeah. Right?
You're all set.
So I always have my fire element. So we do want to have a splash of red of some form, even if it's red lipstick like I'm wearing today, for the next 15 days. And then it's like, today, you get the day off. You don't want to clean. You don't want to sweep away any of your luck for the year. By the way, you shouldn't cook today. Even if you made yourself an omelet this morning, don't you worry. Order takeout later today or have some finger foods. If I didn't already show you this, like this is another thing, easy little thing you can do is you have like little goodie bowls displayed around your house. So we have like this lovely auspicious plate. I can't take the nuts off. We have almonds. We love almonds in our house. I said to Angie, I think I forgot my red and gold candies. I got to get them out of the car. I bought them yesterday. Yeah. Red and gold.
Hearts, my little heart.
Oh yeah. Tell them about your hearts.
Oh, they're just my little dark chocolate hearts that somebody actually gave me a bag of these yesterday. And I haven't had any yet, but I have a little bowl of them sitting here and I think they're perfect for my little treats.
They are. And so remember, part of rabbit energy, there's a sweetness to the year, so that Angie has a sweet treat. I have my sweet treats that I got to get out of my car. Mine are wrapped in little red and gold foils. Red and gold are always the colors of wealth and success. I love the banner that Angie has around us in the radio show today. I have my red and gold earrings on today. Yeah. It's about like biting into the sweetness. Angie's friend gave her little hearts. Remember, hearts are, the energy of the year, that love. So I love it. And like that idea of like, there's a few of you, but Anna Marie was one of them, like tapping into the abundance of the year by having our oranges, by having our nuts or our little, whatever our little sweet indulgences. Maybe it's the sliced apple. Like it's different for all of us, but it's that idea of like these little abundant things are around our house. Very, very powerful.
Very much. Yeah. So Rose says, I saw a rabbit in snow this morning when getting the paper. Sweet mama bunny. That's
that's a good sign. And I love it. I love it when the animals reveal themselves to us in nature. So I think that's an extra fortuitous blessing for you. And thank you for sharing that with us. I can see that.
I know. I love that too. I love to see them too. Hi, Ellen. Ellen says, we're in a condo, all windows facing west, except on north facing. Is that a challenge? We are looking for great health in the new year. And that's actually something you could probably answer quick, but really to get more detail, I would go on Linda's, the website and take a look at the class, right?
100%. You know what? And I'll tell you, there's a lot. And there's a lot going on in the West this year. There's opportunity for career this year in the West. There's some good fortune and energy regarding communications, but the West is a bit of a tricky sector this year too, because we call it opposite the Grand Duke, the energy of the year, which is in the East. So I'd highly encourage you to do that. A lot of us who live in condos or apartments or dorm rooms, the college students, I have a lot of, kids that I have been raised on Feng Shui, and then they go off to college and then, they're Feng Shuiing their dorm room and their friends' dorm rooms. And I love hearing these stories. It's not, it depends on what floor you live on in your condo, but it just means that is where your most active side is of your condo. So it's a lot of times in condo type situations that becomes your facing direction. But yes, you want to pay a lot of attention to the West this year. But yeah, I agree. I highly encourage the video. It's economical. Like I said, it's $1 to learn your Feng Shui for the year. And remember, this information, or maybe I not say remember, some of you know this, but this energy is with us starting February 4th. So we're almost there. So in the next few weeks, not today, between now and February 3rd, that's going to be the next round of cleaning your home, preparing your home, wiping it down, getting rid of clutter, wiping the blinds, wiping the draperies, sweeping. It's that idea of welcoming the fresh new energy. Even if you don't get deep into your Feng Shui, it's like honoring and knowing that there's a changing of the guard. You're preparing that space, and it just feels good when you do it too. But it's really fun. I always think it's fun. Like it's really tangible. You can feel. And then if you don't,
oh my gosh, it really is. I can't remember what you said, like a capful of like ammonia or something in a bucket, and then do all the woodwork. Remember, I think you told me to do that at Santosha. And
so those of you Angie and I are certainly fall into the category of holistic circles. So for all of our holistic friends, I know that might sound really contrary. They're like, whoa, Angie's promoting ammonia. And I'll tell you, I learned that tip from a long time, very wise.
Because it's only a tiny little bit. It's not only a tiny little bit. I don't want to promote ammonia.
I'm turning over a rental property in our family, and I was doing the woodwork because we were doing an open house to have new people come in. I wore a mask just because ammonia is a little strong. Couldn't even smell it through there. It was just a capful in the bucket of water, wiping down the woodwork or doing a quick mop on the hardwood floors, and it helps to lift the old energy. And I'm sure a lot of you like to work with sage or burning incense, and those are great ways of clearing a home, but there's something about the ammonia that gets into the deep old energy. Like you can ring bells around woodwork because woodwork holds energy, and the sound wave can go through the wood, but that's a really good tip, Angie.
I could tell a huge
I love
difference.
that
That's
one.
why I remember it, because I did it, and I'm like, wow, I can't even believe it. I sat in the room and I thought it's the same room, and that's all I did was some cleaning, and I did ring some bells because you told me that too.
Powerful.
And it completely changed. I just have to say Melanie's on. I don't know if she's been on for the whole thing, but happy birthday, Melanie.
Happy birthday, Melanie. I just saw that. Got 3 hearts from Melanie. Absolutely, Melanie. Yeah. This is your year.
Big deal. This is your year your birthday falls on the new year. So
I just saw a good question from Anna Marie. I want to go back to Anna Marie because I think we can all benefit from this. And it was in our last couple minutes of the broadcast. She said, you said about men's health in the Northwest. We can strengthen health for all of ourselves in the Northwest this year, also in the East. But men in particular, we say men, pay attention. And I always say, I said this in the class, the universe loves symbolic gestures. It doesn't mean like the universe is going to come and get you in the health department, but it's like, listen, follow up with your wellness provider or your primary and, take your vitamins, exercise, like all those wonderful things that they tell us to do. And it's kind of like, hey, universe, look, I'm working out. Look, universe, I am taking my vitamins and I am going on a walk 20 minutes a day. You don't need to have like an illness come up, but
no, so it's doing things just to be mindful of your health and taking care of yourself, right? And strengthening that sector in your house too. Yeah. I love that. Kathy's on. Kathy, I think from Taiwan there. Happy New Year. We know
wonderful. Yes. Happy New Year indeed. We're very honored to have you with us. We know it's a very big day in that part of the world. It's
very much too. A big week.
Yeah.
So everybody go on www.Feng Shui Your World or look in comments, okay, to take a look at Linda's store, okay, for all the different feng shui items and things we talked about, like the red envelopes that are so important, okay? Or take a look at, I really encourage you, take a look at that class that Linda taught last Saturday, the 14th, because that class is so informative. She goes through every sector in your house, right, Linda? And strengthen this and how to strengthen it. And, and it goes along with improving your life and bringing in abundance and love and good health and all that. So take a look at that for sure. And what else do we want to say?
I also want to say, do follow Angie and I on social media. I think we both do a really good job of, I always love Angie's inspirational quotes. She's keeping us tabbed on the wonderful classes she teaches out there. But I also want to do a shout out to my Feng Shui Your World business page. You might want to check back on February the 4th. I'm probably going to give you some information on where the Grand Duke is for the year, what is a little protector you can do. But follow us and you'll get notifications on when we will announce new events or, I like to,
we'll be back on. I love having you on. So
it's always funny. And our time goes so fast, doesn't it?
I know. I can't believe I'm always thinking like, gosh, I hope I have enough questions to ask.
I always feel that way too.
And then I think like I hardly asked you any of them. I have so many. So, but no, thank you so much, Linda, for coming on. And thank you. And everybody, thank you so much for spending some time with us and happy New Year. Don't forget about Feng Shui energy changes on, February 4th, right, Linda?
Right,
that's Feng Shui. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you very, very much. Have a great day. Relax, have some sweet treats, do some good things for yourself, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.